Hi, I'm disability lawyer David Brannen. In this video, I'm going to talk to you about using translators in a CPP disability hearing with the Social Security Tribunal. So after this video, you'll have a better understanding of when and how you can use translators during the CPP disability hearing process, and hopefully it will help you win your case. So before we jump into the video, if you like it, please hit the like button down below. Don't forget to subscribe and leave us your comments if you have any questions about this or any other CPP disability issue. Now let's get into it. When can you use interpreters with the CPP disability process? This is something you may not have thought of before, but it is something that's available. Now, it's important to know that you can only communicate with Service Canada and the Social Security Tribunal in either English or French, Canada's two official languages. However, what you may not know is that during the actual hearing with the Social Security Tribunal, and by hearing, this is the trial that you have where you get to present your evidence to the judge and they will make a decision about your case. At that hearing, you have the ability to use an interpreter for French, English, or really any other international language. You have to arrange this in advance, and once you do that, the Social Security Tribunal will pay for the services of the interpreter. This isn't something you have to pay for yourself. And how it works is the interpreter will be involved at the hearing. They set these hearings to be longer than normal. A normal hearing for CPP disability is 90 minutes, but when you're using an interpreter, they go up to 120 minutes or 2 hours. Now, in my experience, the best way to use interpreters is with a Zoom or online video conference hearing. Now, the reason this is because they have real-time translation going on through the Zoom platform. So if you have a headset in, when the interpreter is talking, when the person is talking in the language that I don't understand, the interpreter is saying it back to me in real time in my earpiece. This is, in my opinion, the least disruptive way to do this. The other alternative is that you have real-time translation where I would say something to the interpreter would then say it. That can take a lot of extra time and can really bog down these hearings. Having an interpreter, you should avoid it if you can, because it does make the hearing much more difficult to execute in the point of getting your presentation across. However, if it's critical for you to know, if you can't understand things, it's more important that you understand what you're being asked and that you can communicate effectively. So it's always going to be a case-by-case decision on whether you should have an interpreter there or not. The most recent case that I did personally with this, it was involving someone who spoke Tamil, and we had a Tamil interpreter. Now, in preparation for that hearing, we did a lot of preparation using an interpreter to just prepare for the hearing. Now, that's something my client and our firm had to incur at our own expense. And it was fairly expensive to pay for the interpreters multiple times to make sure that we were well prepared, but it was money well spent. At the actual hearing, though, you do not have to pay for the interpreter. That will be paid by the Social Security Tribunal. So it's important to know that you can only communicate with the tribunal in terms of setting things up and putting in submissions. That has to be done in French or English. However, at the hearing, you can bring an interpreter so to make sure that you're able to give your own testimony and that you can understand what's happening at the hearing. Now, if you have any questions about this, please do not hesitate to leave your question below. You can reach out to us as well, and we hope to see you back here next time.